Greetings, race fans and motorsports enthusiasts around the world. My name is Andrew Kim, and this is Retro Motor Vibes, where I highlight anniversary stories and break down motorsports events near and far. For today's audio episode, here is a breakdown of the 2026 Wienie 500 that occurred at Indianapolis Motor Speedway this past Friday, May 22nd. Without further ado, let's break the event down. So in case you did not see the previous video that previewed this so-called Wienie 500, this event is a playful racing event that debuted in 2025 as part of the month of May IndyCar activities at Indianapolis Motor Speedway that led to the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500. This event specifically takes place after Carb Day, the final practice session for all IndyCar competitors, and 2 days before the Indy 500 event. The Wienie 500 is hosted by Oscar Mayer, and it is a 2-lap event that features 6 hot dog-shaped mobile vehicles competing against one another for the ultimate glory of being the supreme wiener dog vehicle above all others. This past season was the inaugural running of the Wienie 500, where amid the 2-lap shootout, the Slaw Dog executed a left-handed slingshot move on Chai Dog, aka Chicago Dog, to win it all. This season, both the Slaw and Chai Dogs, which represented the Southeast and Midwest regions of the US respectively, returned. Not only were they scoring off against one another, but they were also scoring off against last year's opponents that included the New York Dog from the East, Seattle Dog from the Northwest, and Chili Dog from the South. The only Wienermobile that was new to the grid this year was the Corn Dog Mobile, which was favored by the fans nationwide as part of the Pick Your Dog bracket tournament. And as a result, the Corn Dog replaced the Sonoran Dog, the latter of which was leading on the final lap when it billowed up in smoke and ended up in dead last. This was the moment where all 6 Wienermobiles lined up on the starting grid, with Slaw Dog and Chai Dog occupying the front row in front of Seattle Dog, Chili Dog, New York Dog, and Corn Dog respectively. And this was the moment when the green flag waved and the 2026 Wienie 500 commenced. At the event's launch, Chai Dog bolted ahead as all dogmobiles scrambled, but then lined up in single line formation entering the first turn. Chai Dog maintained a steady advantage through the first 2 turns until it made a sudden swerve to the left. This forced the Seattle Dog that had been gaining ground to also swerve left and go off the track. The Seattle Dog then lost its early momentum and dropped to the rear of the field. But with the move, Chai Dog also lost a brief momentum while leading, and this allowed the reigning champion Slaw Dog to reassume the lead as all 6 dogs navigated through the final 2 turns cleanly. When the white flag waved, Slaw Dog remained out in front to start the last lap. Slaw Dog continued to lead through the first 2 turns until Chili Dog made a move entering the backstretch and went as far right to both overtake and stall Slaw Dog's momentum with the lead. Seconds later, the Chai Dog and New York Dog pinned the Slaw Dog towards the outside wall in a tight, 3-wide battle for the lead before the New York Dog motored ahead with the lead. Due to the final 2 turns, the New York Dog led the Chili Dog, Slaw Dog, and Chai Dog respectively, while the Seattle Dog and Corn Dog were losing ground. Then due to the final straightaway, the Chili Dog started to slowly reel in on the New York Dog. The Chili Dog then tried to make a slingshot move to the right of the New York Dog, but the momentum was too little too late as the New York Dog won the 2nd annual Wienie 500. Here he comes! That was the moment the New York Dog barely won over Chili Dog, much to the dissatisfaction of all the Indianapolis fans. Hot diggity dog. Nevertheless, the New York Dog ended up reigning supreme over the Chili Dog, with the reigning champion Slaw Dog settling in 3rd place on the podium. Chai Dog and Seattle Dog finished 4th and 5th, while the newly entered Corn Dog ended up in 6th place, the tail end of the field. For winning the 2nd annual Wienie 500, the New York Dog took home the event's first ever Borg Wiener Trophy that pays homage to the Indianapolis 500's Borg Warner Trophy etched with every winner of the Indianapolis 500. Only time remains to be told on a scheduled plan for the Wienie 500 to return for a third consecutive year in 2027. The question remains, where were you when the second annual Wienie 500 in 2026 occurred? That's all for this episode. Have a great rest of your day as part of this Memorial Day weekend, and see you on the next episode of Retro Motor Vibes.